Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin emergency. This may be a lot worse than anyone expects. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Bradley here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin emergency. This could be a lot worse than anyone is expecting, plus a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Before we get into things, guys, like the video, come join us on Twitter through Crypto Love, and subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since 2017. Wow. Now, today, fear and greed, as predicted. Oh, we are in fear. 29 tomorrow, probably extreme fear if things don't change from where they are right now. Down from yesterday and last week's neutral to fearish territory, and last month's greed and extreme greed. The overall market down almost 8%. That's 2 consecutive days over 5% drops for the overall market. Bitcoin right now at 53,911, Ethereum at 28.33, BNB at 457, Solana 122, XRP 39 cents, Toncoin 654, Dogecoin 9 cents, and Cardano 32 cents. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart, I know it's hard to see the actual price candles right here, but wicked out down here at about 53, just above this spike of the volume profile, and apparently on the 200-day EMA, not the 200-day moving average here in orange. Now, should be noted that price is broken down below this bull flag territory for Bitcoin. This could potentially be bad for Bitcoin. The last time in the bull market, if we're still in a bull market, the last time it broke below the bull market, or the 200-day moving average, this candle right here in orange is exactly what the price did. The price went sideways for another roughly 2 months, and then towards September, things started taking off. Now, September has been our prediction on this channel for when things will actually start to go based on the halving cycles. But again, with a lot of stuff going on, with liquidations happening, with the German government selling, with the miners selling, with Mt. Gox giving back Bitcoin and people selling that, ooh, things could turn out terrible, or could they? I don't know. Maybe stay tuned. Now, right now we see it's still too early for the market to turn around based on Bitcoin hash ribbons, with miners still selling. They've been holding on longer, possibly due to Bitcoin ordinal inscriptions, but they have not finished selling all the Bitcoin, and compound that with German government, with Mt. Gox. A lot of people selling Bitcoin right now for a profit. As a matter of fact, because of the selling, we had a giant liquidation cascade. This confirms this is the second largest liquidation event in Bitcoin's entire history. Because, you know why? Because before then, people didn't buy on leverage. They had to buy spot. But this is the second largest after FTX collapsed in November 2022. Now, just an aside, if we take a look at the chart, what happened in November of 2022? That was the market bottom. We're having another liquidation cascade event similar to the absolute market bottom. What does that mean? Could this be another bottom, local bottom? Possibly, but it might not be. And we'll kind of explore both options there. A lot of liquidity has already been taken off, like you've seen right here, but there's still a lot lying in the $51,000 to $52,000 area. A retest of this would not be uncommon. And this kind of, right now, a lot of people that were saying when Bitcoin was $74,000 at the top, they're like, oh, why didn't I buy a 57? Now that it's in that territory, they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. So, that being said, it does remind me very much of this chart and also this chart right here that we were taking a look at last week. So, we see as a Bitcoin price runs up, there are drops to fear and extreme fear. The last time that Bitcoin did drop to fear was back in October of 2023, when Bitcoin price jumped from $28,000 to $74,000. Could we be in for another one of these jumps coming up soon? It's a possibility. Also, you have to zoom out and take a look. We have an enormous multi-year inverse head and shoulders for Bitcoin, with the neckline right around $70,000 previous all-time highs. Now, based on this, potentially, there's the potential for the shoulder to come down all the way down to the territory of the previous shoulder, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 territory before starting to go up. But once it goes up, guess what? The length of that head pushes Bitcoin price up quite dramatically. And we have this Bitcoin harmonic bat pattern that's predicting, based on this, a target of roughly 40-ish to 50-ish $1,000 territory. Wouldn't be uncommon. The 1.618 FE right there, fib level, would be right about $47,000. So there might be possible price going down further, especially with people continuing to bet on leverage, because leverage causes the market to move very rapidly, very violently, especially when German government dumps a bunch of Bitcoin on exchanges, which generally big transactions don't happen on exchanges. They happen over the counter, which does not affect price. But it gets you thinking, what if this cycle is already over? In this cycle, we've witnessed the approval of Bitcoin's ETFs, meme coin mania, and celebrities launching their own altcoins. What if that was it? Wow. What if we've already hit euphoria and now are feeling complacent, thinking we just need to cool off for the next rally? And it does kind of echo where a lot of people are like, yeah, just need to cool off. Next rally will happen. We've already been through all the stages. Complacency is the beginning of price heading down. And then, woof, that would be the worst cycle ever. Well, there's one argument why maybe not. If we take a look at the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator, this never indicated a top. In previous cycles, it did nail all of the tops and even intermediate market tops. This one Bitcoin never even went above the green line right here, the 350-day moving average times 2. Every other cycle, the parabolic top did not happen until Bitcoin broke that green line. We didn't even hit that one yet. As a matter of fact, we're headed down below the orange line, the 111-day moving average. The only other cycle point that this echoes quite significantly is after the summer rally in 2019, how we went below there for a while before eventually correcting back for a giant parabolic rally. So that being said, it might just be based on the Bitcoin Knuckle heat map that we are just in the first phase, and this could be a bear trap right now, where we saw the first extreme sentiment happening already. But right now, market needed to cool off, needed to liquidate a lot of over-leveraged traders before taking off once again. May just be a matter of time. Again, September, October would be based on the halving when things would likely happen. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at Bitcoin's growth trajectory after the fourth halving, you can see we are right here, this orange line, pretty much at the beginning. We're starting right here. Bitcoin is hitting the range, the bottom of this range right now based on previous halvings. Now, if we take a look at the average growth trajectory based on all halvings would be right here, roughly $1.1 million per Bitcoin for this cycle, potentially by the end of 2028. Could we see that? Well, definitely. Even as early as 2025, we could see that based on the average growth trajectory. Now, that includes the first cycle when growth was absolutely insane. If we had one that just took a look at the second and third cycle, probably wouldn't be as high, would be somewhere in the $500,000 to $600,000 area. So where does that leave us? Well, we can take a look at what is the average valuation of Bitcoin. Based on the volatility adjusted power law index, Bitcoin's fair price right now is $71,000. Price right now, $53,000. That means that every Bitcoin you buy, essentially in value, if you're a value investor like Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors ever, every Bitcoin you buy, you make net $18,000. That's a pretty good investment, in my opinion. You're getting it at like a 25% discount. We could just be getting wicked off once again. Like maybe German government is just in on this whole thing and they had a whole bunch of people shorting Bitcoin. They dumped all the Bitcoin they had. All those people shorting Bitcoin made a whole bunch of money. You know, there's a whole bunch of parasitic companies who do this type of stuff. So it wouldn't be absurd for German government to do that, especially with how hard they're hurting with the EU and all of that stuff going on. We could just be getting wicked off once again, but this could be the spring before eventually things start taking off. This Bitcoin oversold signal has actually flagged twice right now. You can see historically in the bull market, each time it flagged and had a red dot, that was pretty much the bottom before things took off. We have a double flag right now. Could we be on for a double takeoff from here. It certainly echoes what we saw back in Q3 of 2023, when not only did the Gaussian channel turn from green to red, but it also dipped below this 200-day moving average in the bottom of this trend line. Well, what happened after that? Price rocketed upwards. And again, another long signal for Bitcoin. We have a giant cup and handle. So we have a giant cup and handle. We have a giant inverse head and shoulders. We have this suggesting that we're nowhere near the top, but it's hard to hold on when you have days like today. So that's all for this episode. If you did enjoy it, like the video, come join us on Twitter at The Crypto Love. Subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, this one. And YouTube says you should watch that video. And since you're feeling bad, might as well. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.